Let's
get that crispy YouTube intro. Hello, and welcome to Realm4D6. Today, we'll be, fuck Christoph.
That's what we'll be doing.
Traveling through the world of Eralia, and yeah, thank you for joining.
Huzzah. For the road.
Episode 24.
24.
You know, it's
episode 60 now.
We're
almost caught up with how many. Sorry. We're almost caught up with how many episodes of the Sarah campaign we've had.
Really?
30, right? I don't remember.
30.
It's 29 or 30. Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
That was only 30 episodes?
Well, there was more than that. We lost.
Yeah,
some.
we lost.
Oh, okay.
It's probably like 38.
We lost
37.
we lost count like
We're almost
halfway
there,
through.
A lot of lost footage, unfortunately.
Yeah.
YouTube did lose count.
Yeah, you're right.
But, anyways, recap for a previous session.
Aaron almost died.
Karen did almost die. Finally, the Deepstorm Troopers made their way into the bowels of this keep, into the Undercroft, encountering this figure supposedly known as Malachi, seemingly interrupting a fit of rage, evidence being corpses scattered of hobgoblins, with a hobgoblin warlord in his grasp. Tried to talk it out, Karen not having any of it, starting off combat right. You all battled. Karen had a close call. It was very close on the edge of death. Sentinel got charmed for a bit. It was a tough battle, I would say, but you all managed to finish him off, even with his strange passive healing. The damage you all were able to accumulate just wasn't enough for him to handle. Even with the help of Hobgoblin, seemed to be a spellcaster of sorts, she was no match for Sentinel. And yeah, we'll pick up there. So, with Agaricuses delivering the final blow on this large, blue, very intimidating creature. I believe you chopped his head off, and then lightning bolt midair disintegrated. The corpse falls to the ground. Immediately, as that happens, you remember, as you, Sentinel, and the rest of you walked into this room, you saw these 4 figures, which, as you all got closer, seemed to be furbolgs, chained up to this large stone pedestal of sorts. And as immediately as Malachi dies, I believe I don't remember the exact combat. Some of you were kind of close to this pedestal in the middle of the room.
I think combat kind of ended over there.
I think all of us was, but him, because he's like in the corner casting lightning bolts.
Yeah, so most of you were.
I was over there with
the feeling of like this cold.
Because you were charmed.
Yeah, because you're about to hit. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was just.
Oh, okay. No, like the feeling of this cold, oppressive energy that there once was around this pedestal seems to dissipate with the death of Malachi. And yeah, so here we are. What are you guys doing?
I would like to go to the chains.
Okay.
I'll stop casting lightning bolt.
my sword's not like pulling me towards Malachi's corpse.
We'll get there. We'll do one at a time here. So yeah, Class or Agaricuses, as you approach, what are you doing? As you get closer, you can see closer now.
I mean, since the magic's gone, can we see them clearly?
Oh, it's still dim light.
Oh no, I know, well, dim lighting, but I mean, yeah, I guess he can't see in the dark. Can I see them clearly? Because I'm like right there near.
Yeah.
Because I just got to get off the ground from almost dying.
Well, kind of like a light of torch. I know they can't see.
They're furbolgs, and as you get closer, you can see.
Okay.
Yeah, you see a few familiar faces actually. How many did I tell you? Is there 3 or 4?
He said
I think it
3.
was originally 3.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought. Yeah, you see a few familiar faces. Not as healthy as you remember. It seems they are beyond malnourished.
Help potion.
The familiar face of your father, Caiathus. your mother Wenty and your uncle
Daddy,
Gillis.
Yeah.
They're unresponsive. Eyes closed, mouths agape.
Uh-oh.
Can I just like start pulling healing potions out, like dumping them in their mouths?
Sure, yeah.
Can
Do
I?
you want me to roll for it?
How many healing potions are you using?
I have 4. They said there's 3 of them. I'll use 3 of them.
Okay. You give one of them to each.
Okay. Does it?
They still at the moment seem to be unresponsive.
I mean, I guess.
Kern.
Yeah. Coming. Yeah.
Can I try to get these chains
approach and I guess.
Yeah. I'm gonna
make like a medicine check to see if
sure. Go ahead. Make a medicine check.
they're not.
Try and get the chains off. They are like so the way that they're chained to this pedestal, they seem to have these shackles around their wrists.
Yeah.
They're like these chains are wrapped around. They go through the shackles and then wrap around this pedestal, keeping them locked in place.
I'm gonna walk
Sentinel.
over there and do my best to just rip the chain out of the wall.
Make a strength
Oh,
check.
can I help him?
With
Because I'm
advantage.
gonna be
Oh, wait.
Would you roll for medicine?
I got an 18.
18. They seem to be, from what you can gather, they're stable.
Okay.
They are stable. They just seem to be at this point of utter exhaustion to where they're just not awake at the moment.
That's fair.
Gotcha. I think we need to get them some rest.
That was
food,
a
and
flaccid
water.
20.
Flaccid 20. It's got some flat. No, I'm just kidding. Wait, flaccid 20. Is that just the total?
Yeah. it was
Okay,
just
cool.
a total.
Just want to make sure. Yeah.
Flaccid 20.
You. I'm sorry. You managed to get a good grasp on these chains, and it seems a lot of them, from what you can kind of gather from some of the cages in this area, like a lot of these chains seem like they've been here for a long time and they were used for possibly this specific purpose. With the help of Agaricus, the beefy boys, you guys managed to like grab one and pull and then the chains snap, freeing them from this makeshift prison, I guess you could say. They are still shackled, however.
Okay. Can I go look on Malachi and see if he has a key for
Make
the
an
dead people?
investigation check.
Okay. 22.
22. So, you want to search just Malachi?
Well,
or-
any like the mage, Malachi, anyone who might have a
Okay.
key. Yeah.
So, Malachi, the main things you find off of his person.
Okay.
Of course, if you wish to take it, this massive glaive. It's worth noting, it's not a normal size. It is absolutely massive, like wielded by a large creature. Probably at least the height, if not more, of Sentinel or yourself. You find, just searching everyone, you do find scattered amounts of coin, not like a substantial amount. I'd say probably like 17 gold pieces and like maybe 30 silver between everyone. You do find 2 keys. One on Malachi, a large, very ancient looking, thick, like iron key. And on the wizard, you find a much smaller, slender, like a very thin iron key as well.
Okay, I'll take the thin one and go unlock the.
The shackles?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll try to unlock the thin.
Yeah. So as you take the key and approach, you try the lock and it enters just fine, and
Okay.
the shackles come off them and fall to the ground. And as you do that, once the shackles fall off of them, we'll say you start with your father, Caiathus. As the shackles fall and hit the ground, like you can see the eyes kind of like flutter open, like there's a moment of shock and fear, like
Father, you're safe.
father. So, Agaricus?
Yes. I've been trying to find all of you for a long time now.
Agaricus, what?
These are my friends.
We were. Oh, I was not expecting this, son. This is wow. I'm glad to see you. This is very.
It's good to see all of you.
And like he like weakly reaches out to like
Hug him.
embrace you,
Yep, I'll hold
and you
him.
embrace him back. I never thought you would come. We thought you were dead like the others.
I thought I was dead, but the spirits of the forest. Or wait, are they sprites? What are they called?
Sprites.
Sprites.
The
yeah.
sprites.
The sprites of the forest assisted me and brought me back from the brink of death.
Oh, it's just like them.
Hmm.
Where is our captor?
Dead.
I present you the body.
They put us through a lot, son.
Yes.
They told us they needed our blood for some ghastly ritual.
Yes. They said they needed me as well, but I wasn't sure.
Feels like I've been in a daze this whole time. How long has it been?
Years.
And like you can
2,
see,
I believe.
as you say that, like you can kind of see like his expression change to like
Or 8
a mix
seasons.
of 8 season
Yeah.
disbelief and like melancholy, to say the least. And I say, oh well, I'm glad you came for us,
We found Ruby as well. She is safe.
Ruby. Please, my notes are aren't as organized as they should be. Please, wake up. I believe these shackles keep us in a stupor, to say the least. Please, free your mother and your uncle.
I'll take them off. I'll stop them off.
And as you
I'll take both of them off, but then I'll talk to them.
yeah, as you free them, it's like the same reaction. Like you can kind of see them almost awaken, just so to say, and yeah.
Okay.
As your mother awakens, it's the same thing. She like immediately hugs you and fucking firbolg voices. Agaricus.
Mother.
She embraces you and the same thing. The questions and the catching up, and your uncle is elated to hear that his daughter is alive.
Yeah, I'll tell him specifically.
Yeah. He sounds strangely like your father. And your father will speak up and say, I don't know if I speak for the rest of us, as he notions towards your mother and your Uncle Gillis, but I find it quite difficult to move at this time. It's been a long time since, and like just by looking at them, like you can tell that like the life has been being drained from them. Like they're just at the moment like almost like shades of their former selves. They are still themselves though.
Yeah.
Perhaps rest is what you need.
Rest and food.
It would be nice to sleep next to you once more.
I would like to take the rations that I have in my bag and hand them to them.
Sure, and they'll take them and say, "Oh, what? Don't mind my asking this, but what are you?"
I am a sentinel.
Sentinel. It's the first I've heard of a sentinel.
You are lucky that I am in your presence.
I feel blessed to have all of you here. Please, and like your mother will speak and say, so who do we have the pleasure of saving us? I've never met any of you before. Please introduce yourselves.
These are all people I have come across on my way to find you, and they've gratefully helped me along the way. This is Sentinel.
I'm gonna muscle
As he has said.
up,
Of course.
flex.
This is Vin.
I'll just revert to my firbolg state and hi.
You're gonna change to
And-
your changeling self.
Yeah.
As you do that, your Uncle Gillis will speak up and say, "Oh, a changeling.
Oh,
We've heard many tales of you."
neat.
Changeling.
Oh,
What's that mean?
My son, do you not know from where you come, from the bloodline that you were birthed from?
No, my mom was human.
Oh. And like your uncle will look at you and say, "It seems that you've come across a merry band of travelers here.
Indeed, as well as Karen here.
Perhaps with
I'm
our
just barely alive right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, here, take this healing potion. I have one more.
No.
perhaps
Save
with
it.
perhaps in this short time
Don't
I
need
can come to tell you some more of the tales of our tribes from what we've heard of you all. If you wish to know.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
And then they'll look to the pale tiefling.
Hi.
Okay.
Glad to see you're all alive. I was trying to figure out something I could do for him. I got nothing.
Agaricus, your father will speak back up. Agaricus must mean a deal to you to help him in such an endeavor.
Well, Aggie is okay.
He's one of my best friends.
Just the right thing to do.
Strange beings, these sentinels.
Indeed. I'm lucky to have come across every one of these people.
Thank you once again. So what's the plan, guys?
Well, we can't get out. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to figure out right now.
Do you have your hut?
Locked there with the key.
There are keys. If you look around the room, are you guys gonna try and look for a way out?
We need to, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try to pick up this.
I don't think we've been this way, have we?
Well, we saw the wall at the end, though, right?
Did you say hut?
What
Yeah.
end?
Like over
No.
here. Like it did end, right?
Yes, it
the room
did.
did. Okay, yeah. We need to find.
Oh, wait, no.
Can we still teleport? Is that a thing?
I'm gonna try to pick up that
Couldn't we
dude's
teleport
glaive.
before?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Is that
God, I need to make a strength
that
check.
was
Was that a one-time use, that teleport we had?
You had a teleportation scroll.
Oh, fuck. It was a
Oh, we
one-time
didn't
use.
get another one?
No.
No,
You guys
Yeah.
tried to ask him for one.
Oh, yeah, and
He
was
wouldn't do
like,
it.
"Eh."
yeah.
He said, "Fuck us."
yeah. It's not we're trying to save the country.
You got the sense that he was very picky about, like, kind of like a less selfish, more of like a
Cautious.
We never really figured out.
That's fair.
I talked to him. Did he mention anything about? Did Malachi mention anything about what he was trying to achieve here?
nope, it did not.
He did mention.
No, I'm asking
Malgluba.
the Furbolgs.
Oh,
Like, did they?
yeah.
Did he
so,
mention anything about what he was trying to achieve?
Uh,
We've heard tales of a Malglubiate, perhaps. We don't really
the
know.
name in my yes, his father speaking up once more. In our strange arcane slumber of sorts, we would be awakened only to have pain inflicted upon us. Ramblings of furbolgs in our magical blood. Us furbolgs, we have a close connection with the Fae and the Feywild. He rambled on about how our blood would be used to bring this Maglubiate being into our world once more, and it was all very strange as they lashed out at us, and I wish not to speak more of it, if I am being
I
honest.
understand. It's strange that he would be trying to use
There were
connection to the
others.
Feywild.
There were others trapped with us for a time. But after his experiments with us, I guess he became more interested in furbolgs than anything else that could turn the head.
I have a feeling he's been doing this to many different creatures, just going down the list till he found the ones he needed.
And your Uncle Gillis will speak and say, Where is Ruby right now?
Ruby is safe in the capital, Deepstorm.
Where was she? How did you find her?
She was being held captive beneath the warehouses owned by Malachi here in Deepstorm, underneath the city's nose.
Very interesting. I'm glad to hear that she is safe.
Yes.
And, you asked earlier if they can move. Like, they can try,
Okay.
but they seem weak. Like,
Would you like to rest here?
as long as you deem it safe. You all seem to have your wits about you when it comes to these dangerous scenarios.
Well, we have plenty of way to provide water, at least. We have some trail rations between us, so might just want to clear an area where there's not so many bodies and just.
Yeah, how many entrances are there in this?
There's
room?
the way you guys came in. If you guys,
That's all we have right now.
if one or two of you, or with advantage, wish to roll an investigation check
I'll look around.
to find a way out.
I'll help him out. You always know your exits. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess roll advantage because I'm not gonna do much better than you.
No, same thing. 15.
15.
Yep.
Easy enough. Tucked away in like one of the back corners of the room, like you kind of have to like look behind these cages and drag a few of them out of the way. You find what looks to be a dusty lever on the wall.
Should we pull it?
Sentinel will pull it, and I'm just gonna pull it.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try and stop him.
If you wish to try and stop him, go ahead and both of you roll a dex check or a roll initiative to see like who can do what first.
Well,
Okay.
Ten.
10,
13.
13.
Wow.
Sentinel manages to get to it like just before you do, and you pull the lever down.
Whole family
And,
dies.
Yeah, the room
The
is
ceiling just starts coming down with spikes.
Oh, great.
the hallway where you guys came from, where you at the moment see these two stone slabs just pressed against each other. You hear like you hear gears or something turning like through the walls, and then like before they begin
Alright,
to
good.
slide
We're not
back out.
dead.
Sentinel has fixed the problem.
Good job.
Perhaps we
Maybe.
should leave that shut while we rest,
That's what.
since we know how it works now.
Well, it is dusty and old. I hesitate to use it over and over. Okay.
Don't do it.
Yeah, he already did it.
As you push it back up, nothing happens.
Sentinel will guard
Well.
the entrance.
Yeah, we should be fine.
Okay.
You can kind of just stand in the doorway, because even though there was a doorway that led into here.
There was.
You
Can
busted
you go into
through
your
it.
sentry's rest just like this in front of
Yeah,
the
just
door? Or like in the doorway, just like.
I'll just be standing there looking down the hallway.
yeah.
But you should stand there with like a beautiful JoJo pose, just like.
All right, you guys are gonna take a long rest then.
Yes.
For the love of God.
So, my sword doesn't do anything.
Oh
It's
yeah,
corpse.
sorry. Of course.
Oh yeah, this one.
So, walking around the room, Klaus having shook the bodies and whatnot already, as you get closer to the corpse of this Malachi, your sword does begin, it harbors a reaction from your blade. It does begin to glow its normal color, and it in your sheath, or do you have it out?
I would have put it back up.
Yeah, so you can feel it like kind of like wiggling and like vibrating in your sheath.
Ah, hello there, friend. I was wondering if you might come alive.
You did.
I'll take it out of the sheath.
Okay, so as you take it out of the sheath, almost the same sensation that you had experienced fighting these hags in the cave, it seems to almost be drawn towards Malachi's body.
I'll take it out and I'll flourish it around.
Okay.
And then I'll grab it with both hands and
Yeah.
stick it down as far as I can into him.
So as you
Just
like
fuck this
thrust,
dude.
as you thrust it down, you can almost like feel the blade pulling you with it. So as the blade strikes down, you like pierce his chest. The corpse just kind of like lifelessly lurches. At first, there's stillness. Like you listen and you wait, and nothing happens. And then, strange reaction, somewhat reminiscent of the hags in the cave. You like this dark, misty energy begins to swirl from the corpse. You can see it begin to like surround the corpse, and like it's around your feet. It slowly begins to push upwards. Strange thing, as you are looking and waiting, you see not Malachi's body, but a strange, only you see this, by the way. You guys see the dark energy, but it's beginning to swirl around, and you guys can't really see what's going on inside.
This part always makes me nervous.
You see a ghostly, spectral arm begin to reach out from the corpse. It looks just like Malachi's. It grabs onto the blade,
Oh God.
and you hear a voice. Oh, well, fuck. Oh, well, this is interesting. And then, like, you kind of see, like, he pulls his ghostly form
I'm gonna pull the sword out of him.
Go make a strength check, a strength saving throw.
That's a 19.
19. You can still see the spectral hand lashed onto your sword, and, like, his torso's kind of out, and he's looking you dead in the eyes. Like, before it was, like, these almost, like, just pale white eyes, almost reminiscent of Karen's, but now, like, they're, like, blood red. And he says, oh, it won't be that easy. And as he says that, another voice fills your head, one that you have not heard before. A whisper. You will not take this sword from the one who wields me. As he says that, as this voice says that in your head, this explosion.
I got chills, dude.
This explosion of this dark, misty energy, you can see immediately, like all the mist and dark red energy around you flow into the sword. And for a split second, you all look and you can see this ghostly visage of Malachi holding the blade with Sentinel's arms. All of it that encompasses itself in this sword, blows backwards, and wind like blows your hair back, and your family members look away, like look in fear. And where there was once this ghostly specter, there's nothing. When you look down at your blade, now you see what look to be these almost veins of red running from the hilt to the tip of the sword.
It's like Kylo Ren's helmet.
That sword is demon magic.
And that's what you see.
Darkness.
What's going on? Like, do I feel anything?
Your sword saved your life. That's what
Sentinel.
happened.
Sentinel, are you alright?
I feel fine.
Okay. That was a bit.
So
odd.
is the ghostly visage of this fucker gone?
Is gone. You get the sense that this whatever this explosion was utterly decimated. Whatever was left of Malachi's being.
Is his body gone?
It looks like it took a little damage from it, but I mean, his corpse is just a corpse.
I'm just gonna like stare at my sword.
Well, the last time the corpses, they did disintegrate, right? Like they were just
They
gone.
did.
Okay, just making sure I remember correctly.
Yeah.
The Sentinel, pack to the blade.
Are you guys gonna take a long rest?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put my sword back in the sheath.
Ben is scared.
Looking closer at your blade, it almost seems as if there's almost like a heartbeat to your blade in a way.
Oh God.
Like you can kind of see like these veins, not literal veins, but like veins in the sense of like these red streaks that have been added to your blade.
We really need to take a trip back to Crystal Bay to ask about this weapon.
It's Kylo Ren's helmet, dude.
I don't get that reference.
Have you guys seen the new movie?
No.
Oh. Okay.
I'm probably.
Anyways,
Hmm.
you guys
Is it symbol on his forehead glowing any slightly or anything?
just look at it now.
Hey, don't you take my?
No, sorry.
So you all gather yourselves, your supplies, and take a long rest. Is anyone going to keep watch or anything?
Negative.
Okay.
I mean, he can just do Sentinel's Rest at the door,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm sentries resting at the door.
All right, cool.
I don't think we need much more than that.
Okay.
Yep.
So you take the time, set yourselves up. Agaricuses, you spend most of this time catching up with your family, just what you can.
Oh, hey, dude.
Oh, I got a sub. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Jessa Hans.
Jessa
Jessa Hans.
Hans.
Oh, it's Alex.
Alex.
Alex. You have been officially knighted, even though you're already a legend
Yeah.
of the realm here.
But
Thank you so
Well,
much,
thank you.
Thank
and
you.
welcome.
Nice.
Yes, welcome. Official knight.
Sir Jessa Hans.
And a long rest is had. You all regain your HP, your spell slots. No problem. Sentinel standing in the doorway.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to bother you. You all awaken, and your family members are now, they seem in better condition, able to move at the very least. Yeah. But
I guess overnight I'm gonna take advantage of my spell versatility.
of course. And
As am I.
How could I forget? Karen.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
So, you I forgot. I think I mentioned it previously. In this room where this pedestal is at, you do see like faint light coming down from the center, and like there are these flakes of snow that seem to make their way in.
Oh, okay. So there was a sewer entrance all along.
God damn it.
So as you all take your rest, for most of you, it comes pretty easily. Sleep. Karen, you feel yourself on the cusp of entering a long rest. Like your eyes are getting heavier and your body's getting tired. Mm-hmm. And before your eyes close completely, you hear a voice. Familiar voice. Well, Karen. You all have done some good work here. And only you hear this voice, of course. Mm. And it's weird, like as you look up, it seems as if time around you has been suspended.
Oh, it's a little bit different than usual.
Indeed. I'm very proud of you, Karen. You have stopped a great evil today.
Thank you. I tried really hard.
I wish to reward you. If you would, show me your blade.
I'm just gonna pull it up and just kind of summon my hand and just try to backhand offer it to him, as I don't want to stab him.
And as you do that, for probably the first time in either a long time or maybe period, a figure shows himself. This being, pale skin all around. The most noticeable feature of them being the wings on their back. Mm-hmm. It seems that this harbinger of Arcadia is showing you their visage, and as you offer the blade, the hilt, they take it, and they say, now just be patient for a moment. And as they take the blade, they hold it up into the air, and they kind of point it towards this, at the moment it's pretty much dark, but they kind of point it towards this large hole in the roof. They kind of hold it under it, and this very bright beam of sunlight comes down and strikes the blade, and they hold it there for a moment, and you can see it's this cone of just pure light. You can see their arm kind of being engulfed by it as well. And they stand there, and then the light dissipates. And now they have your Blade of the Celestial in their hand. It looks different, though. What was once this very... almost crudely crafted blade seemed almost glassed by this bolt of arcane, of radiant energy. It has been what's the word? Reinforced,
refined.
Purified, refined. What was once this glassy, jagged blade is now this very light, almost silver. Strange, because it was made from just a bolt of energy in a tree. But is now sharp on both edges, coming to a point. The hilt now, the pommel glows with a dull radiant glow. You can see 3 runes etched into the blade. And your patron flips the blade over towards you and says, "Please take this."
Both hands.
And it seems like it has a lot more weight to it than it did before.
Oh boy. Good. Yeah, negative. Fuck, I dropped it. He's tumbling down the stairs.
Right in front of your patron. Sorry.
And while I'm at it, I've watched you use that ring of yours. He points to the peephole ring.
Yeah.
He said,
kind of useful.
Let me give you something. Please. Come here, and he holds his hand out.
Yeah, I'll give him the hand with the people ring on it. Oh, okay.
He like closes his eye for a moment. And he reaches and he like taps you on the forehead. And you like, none of you are able to see this. For all of you,
This
like,
is kind of a lucid dream.
yeah, Karen's just like asleep right now. But like your eyes into like glow slightly. Now you have your eldritch invocation.
Fair.
He says, "Even if I'm not around all the time,
Wait, hold on to that. I'm sure you.
know that I'm always watching you, Karen, and you are my champion."
Thank you.
Steamy hot.
And he says, "If you ever need my assistance, even if I don't respond, know that I'm watching."
Funny that you say that. Just for your benefit, DJ. This is out of character.
Oh,
With my spell versatility, I'm gonna take that. Switch to that spell overnight.
I was about to say, Karen
Oh.
got a real ball against his picture real quick.
I was actually looking at spells, and that was one of them I saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Funny that you mentioned that. I like this too. This is on my list.
And like you can see him like kneel down,
Um,
hand to the forehead, and his form just kind of like fizzles out. And
Some Terminators.
before you knew it, you just like you're asleep again.
Yeah, before everyone
Thank you, Arcade.
Sweet, sweet dreams.
before everyone wakes up, and when I come out of my sentry's rest, I would like to sit cross-legged on the ground, pull my sword out,
Okay.
and I would like to talk to it.
Excuse me. You can keep this for now, by the way,
I don't
in
really.
case you want to give it to someone.
No, I thought they took the ring from me. I thought that was the
No,
idea.
he held it on your finger. For
Oh, I thought he like just kind of like melded it.
no,
into
no,
me.
no.
I was cool with that.
What did you like to say to your sword?
What is your name? Didn't say anything back.
Nothing to response at the moment.
Well,
I will eat.
I was thinking since
I know
you
that.
probably just saved my life, I would like to give you one. You, from now on, will be known as Guardian. If I am Sentinel, you will be Sentinel's Guardian.
Nice.
And then that's it.
So this is your response at the moment.
Cool.
Nice.
Best Eralia session, 10 out of 10.
Alright, so you guys awaken. The day is yours. Nothing bothered you in the night. You're still down in this undercroft, so to speak, of this keep.
Family,
what do you think, guys?
are you feeling better?
Yes, still sore, still wary, but I feel like I can move again. And your mother and uncle speak up as well. Yes, we are feeling better than before.
I will look to the group and I'll say, I plan to take my family back to Deepstorm and gather Ruby. If the rest of you wish to explore this keep, I will make the travel back with them by myself. The journey is not too far, and we will stick to the roads.
I mean, I think we should all go back.
I'd kind of like to help your family out to get
Yeah.
home. I can do this for now, and like I'll touch all three of them, and I'll say I'm just gonna enhance some of your strength a little.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use enhance ability, and I'm gonna put it in Constitution.
Constitution.
Yeah.
What does that do again?
It just gives them like advantage on Constitution saving throws. I figured it might make them like
That works.
feel better to
Okay.
be able to walk out of the keep and feel a little healthier.
Okay, cool. I will. There's definitely like they take a deep breath and they, oh yes, thank you very much for this boon.
And then I hug them.
They, not knowing you all that well, they still embrace you. Like,
Some warm people.
And then
Aggie.
I go hug Sentinel.
Oh.
I know you didn't mean to hit me earlier.
Oh, I am sorry. I do not know what came over me.
If that is the case,
Is the
then
body still there?
Yeah.
All right.
we will happily.
Good.
so you're like late stages of rigor mortis have begun to set in.
I'm gonna kick it.
We only know one way out of here. How high up is the ceiling?
In this room, it's pretty high. Probably at least 100
It's
feet.
100 feet, yeah.
We're not going out that way.
Well, the one
Unless-
way we do know how to get out is through a window.
How big is that hole up there?
I'd
Right,
say
yeah.
probably 5 feet wide, if that.
5 feet wide? That's
Like
pretty
5
wide.
feet diameter. Sorry.
That's pretty wide.
Yeah, we could fit through there. You said the ceiling's
I don't
how high,
have.
though?
I don't think I have enough to get
100
everybody
feet,
out
at
of
least.
here, though.
Oh.
It's 100 feet up.
Yes.
Yeah, we could use the boat.
We'd have to leave it. I don't know if I want to do that.
Leave the boat.
You don't leave the boat.
It's very, it's
that.
very.
I
Maybe
say
all-
we
there may-
just take this long hallway
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just.
and
I'm,
avoid any pressure plates.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sounds good.
I'm worried about the state of this of this castle after we leave. Like, we just killed the head of the serpent. The body's gonna be thrashing around.
And I have a feeling whatever's left of Malachi is now in that sword.
Maybe you're the leader of these people now.
I do not believe that to be the case.
Well, let's find out. I guess. I guess we're gonna head down the hallway.
All right.
I can't think of a way to get everybody out of that hole.
When in doubt, just whip out your sword.
When you guys make your way down this hallway, and I will say it's easy enough for you to find where you originally stepped on that plate to set off the trap of the walls closing in. You can point it out to the rest of the group.
I'll just stand in front of it and
Don't
hold my arms out.
Don't
walk
stand.
walk around me, please.
Easy enough to do, yeah. You guys find yourself once more in that study room. We'll see you gathered to be at the fireplace and a decrepit bookshelf. You make your way into the main entrance hall again. The large suits of armor still destroyed. Yeah, you can see as you look up the staircase that large metal door.
Can I try pickpocketing the door again?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, wait, we have the other key now.
Oh yeah, I do have that big
you
key.
do have a large metal
I thought
key.
that would be to like
Is
the
there
chains.
a large metal keyhole?
There is a large metal keyhole. Seems to be
Right.
built into the door.
I have a key, I think, for this door now.
You guys gonna try it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Well, I will check for traps.
I thought
You
already
did before. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't see. It didn't seem as if there was any
Alright.
traps.
Open,
All right.
Open that bitch.
So
Is there a way out?
as you open the door,
Or food.
immediately it comes open, and you see nothing but black. Even with dark vision, you see darkness. All of you,
What about Devil's Sight?
nothing.
Devils.
But you do see magic.
Mhm.
Like as soon as like the darkness is there, you see magic.
Sure.
And as you open the door, it swings open. You stand there for a moment, and all of you standing around the door are
Oh fuck.
sucked into this door. I will say because you were the one to open it,
Right.
you will be the first one sucked through.
Okay.
And you can kind of hear an initial reaction from the rest of your party, like what, and like your family, and then all of them.
Told you it didn't make archaeological sense.
To Deepstorm.
So as you,
How fucking
Sorry,
crazy is
sorry.
that?
you were the first one there, and immediately you were like thrust into. You actually kind of fall about 5 or 10 feet, like you hit the ground, and you look up, and you seem to be in almost a laboratory of sorts. I say laboratory, a mix of a lab and a. This looks to be a more updated study, kind of like the one you guys were in before. The rest of you come flying in as well, your family, and you're all in this comparatively smaller room than the ones you've been in previously. It would probably be only a little bit bigger than this room. You see a bookshelf, a desk, a table with beakers and other experimental or laboratory tools and whatnot. And you see a few magical things in here, so I figured you would ask.
Yeah.
But,
Sorry
Good
for
call.
the detour, family.
Check for traps.
Yeah, he's gonna shake down the room. Would you roll?
15.
15. Doesn't seem to be any traps here.
If I look at the bookcase, do I see any books that mention the name Maglubiad?
Well, if you're gonna search the
Next
bookcase,
question.
go and make an investigation check. What are the rest of you doing?
I would be investigating these magical items,
Okay.
not touching them. Just
Well,
not yet.
One of the magical items
That was not very smart.
would be in the bookshelf of Sentinel.
Okay. Well, if he's over there, I'm gonna go do that.
Okay. So, what are you looking for again? Sorry.
Just the mention of Maglubiad.
Yeah, you find it's easy enough to find in this area. If you're just gonna like sift through it really quick, yeah, you find a book. It deals with the plane of Acheron, which is Mount Maglubiad's home plane. Teachings, like you definitely find books referencing just like history of different religions and cults. Maglubiad has a history of having a cultist following. There's information about Maglubiad. If there's anything specific you're looking for about him, you'd have to like actually read it.
Just any books with Maglubiad, I'm just gonna take them
Okay,
and
cool.
put them in my pack.
I would say if you just sift through, like there are probably at least about 2 or 3 books that at least mention him at the least.
Okay.
I'll say Karen walks over and like you can see what looks to be one of the books that have a magical aura about them.
What kind of magical aura? I'm hesitant to pull it down.
Nothing dangerous, I'll say.
Can I see the name on it? Is it a tome?
It is a tome. Yeah, it's just like the rest of them, I guess. It is a book.
Yep, it's like a name on the spine.
A name on the spine. It seems to be. I don't know if it actually have a name, but it says bodily health on the spine.
Yeah, I'm taking that down.
Okay.
Well, before I do that, I guess can I roll knowledge arcana and see if I know what a magical tome of this sort would be?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay, I'm gonna take it down regardless, but
Make an Arcana check.
yikes. That's a 7.
7. That book's magic. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, take it down.
You take it down. Doesn't do anything. You can look on the cover. It looks kind of like a very Da Vinci-esque drawing of like a human anatomy. And sifting through it, it seems to be mostly seems to just contain lots of health and diet tips.
Can I roll an Arcana check to know how tomes typically work? Because I'm trying not to be in like carry out of character knowledge into.
Yeah, you rolled
this.
a 7, so I mean.
But to know how magical tomes in general work, not this particular one. Okay, it's fine.
I would say just like our Arcana check would have kind of encompassed everything.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, that's not the only thing in this room you see. Funny enough.
Well, I guess I could cast Identify later, and we'll figure it out. So.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What are you two doing? I'm just gonna ask.
I'm just staying with my family.
Okay.
I was gonna look for some research notes.
Research notes.
Yeah.
Go make an investigation check.
Nice.
Not rolling well today. Why is Eralia a
dude.
shitty campaign?
Terrible. 5.
5. Even with a 5, it's still gonna be super hard. I would say there's a desk in the middle of this room. You just looking on it, there's like a book sitting on there, and you can just like open it and look at it, and you can see it's handwritten. Just sifting through it, it seems to be almost like a journal of sorts. You would walk over there as well because you would sense magic.
More magic.
Looking through a couple of the drawers, definitely what you would consider notes. And something catches your eye, Karen. It looks to be a small little stone.
You want me to just keep the same roll as my Arcana check for all this stuff?
I would say you can roll for individual items. It's a small little stone giving off a magical aura. It's like a dusty rose. It's like a prism.
That's a 17 on that.
17. Arcana. 17 Arcana. Yeah, I don't know exactly what magic it would be. It's not dangerous though. Probably in your travels you would have heard of magical stones that
You
possibly. grant boons to those who use them.
But I wouldn't know exactly what this one is.
No, you wouldn't know exactly what it is, but
What's the color and shape of it?
it is like a dusty rose color, and it is in the shape of a prism.
Yeah.
Very small, maybe like 2 inches, 3 inches big.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna be busy tonight, and I'm gonna snatch that.
You rolled a 5 investigation looking for research notes. So, well, it wouldn't matter because you have your eyes. Something else tucked away in these notes. It's rather convenient. It looks to be a scroll.
Neat.
And then there is one more thing.
Scroll.
One final thing. And I should mention that there are like small windows in this room, but funny enough, there is no exit.
Yeah.
That you can plainly see.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment.
But there seems to be like a small chest also tucked away in one of these corners. And there's only one magical item coming from it, but you sense it.
I'm gonna just say, guys, if this guy just has magical items laying out in the open like that, whatever's in there, gonna be choice. Check for traps.
Is the chest kind of? I'll go over there. Is the chest strapped, kind of like for traps?
Go make an investigation check.
Oof.
You want to help?
I mean, I'm interested in it. I would like to make sure it's not trapped, please.
Okay.
Like,
Roll
that's
with
just
advantage.
I was just
me
making sure
saying-
you would allow
Yeah.
that for. Okay, thank the gods. All right, that's 21.
21, yeah. You do sense, you do,
Anyone?
it does seem to be trapped.
I would like to disarm the trap.
Okay, and you're looking at it, and you can see what looked to be like right where the lid like meets the rest of the chest. You can see like these tiny little holes, very
He's
tiny.
about to get y'all the same shit I got y'all.
Yeah. So if you wish to disarm what you can gather this to be some sort of trap, go and make a thieves' tools check.
But where I'm detecting, is it on the chest or in the chest?
It's in the chest. It's
Okay,
like it's
so
a
making
wood. It's a
sure.
wooden chest.
Just wanted to make sure that
16.
like room.
16.
Yeah. Or 17, sorry.
17. Yeah.
Eh?
I'd say with a 17. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Take your thieves' tools, and you can you feel around in the keyhole. You're not unlocking the lock. You're looking for the mechanism that triggers this, and you're kind of like finagling around, and you can feel it seems to be a small thin wire hooked to something. You gently feel around for the wire. It also feels like it's hooked to something, and you take it. You just ever so gently lift it off of its mechanism and slowly let it coil back into the chest. You're confident that this whatever trap there is disarmed.
Sentinel will
Is it
open it
locked?
just in case.
Is it
It's not locked.
not locked? Okay, Sentinel, you go right ahead.
You're a brave man.
I'll lift it up.
You open it, nothing happens.
Should be fine.
And as you
I
look
do have
down, you can
advantage on,
see what looks
saving throws against poison. So
so nothing happens, and you can kind of look on the inside of the chest and placed on the front side of the chest to where it would open up. There seems to be a small, I don't want to say canister, a small I guess for lack of better words, a small almost canister sort kind of sitting there.
that's it. No gold.
Well, no, that's just you gather that's what the element of the trap was. In the chest, you see immediately, yes, you do see a rather large pile of gold. The chest is probably about,
Fancy.
let's say, probably the width of this table. And
That's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
yeah, probably about a couple feet tall. On one side of the chest, there's a rather large pile of coin. You see a few, and as well as jewels, I should say.
Hanging out loose in there.
I should say assorted, what look to be fine garments, vestments, and a magical aura coming from an instrument.
An instrument, you said.
Just kind of grab it. It's like, found you a new instrument, Vin.
I'm just gonna
What is it
research
exactly?
Notes.
It is a string instrument.
Ooh.
You would easily know since you heard the music. It looks like a lyre.
Never seen one of these before.
Yeah, the lyres are very interesting.
I've heard about this.
What's the difference between a lyre and a lute?
So a lute is more of what we would recognize as a stringed instrument. With a lyre, it's like you have like the body of the instrument, kind of like you have the guitar, and then the neck goes up. But they're like these little like support items. Let me show you a picture of it. Actually,
Yeah, actually, I thought lutes and lyres are the same thing.
It's almost
Oh,
like a
it's kind of like a
harp.
harp.
Yeah.
It's like a handheld
okay.
harp.
Okay, yeah, I was completely
Yeah.
Cool.
So they're pretty cool. Yeah, you find looks to be a lyre. It's
They
a
sound nice.
very powerful magical aura. You found what seems to be all the magic in this room.
And there's a lot of magical instruments in this world. Are you just playing?
Are you gonna try and play it?
Yes.
Alright.
Try to
Go ahead
get
and
the
make
tune for it?
a wisdom saving throw.
I would like to and like vacuum all the gold up. And stuff.
I'll hand you my bag of holding.
Okay.
Alright, so you're not gonna count it. You're just gonna take it.
Yeah, I'll just throw it into their bag.
All right. Cool.
A wisdom saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, this thing's cursed.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna find
13.
out.
13.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to individually count each one of these coins. 3 hours, please. You'll never get to the center of the 55.
What is that tune that you are singing?
Rock and roll.
It is a ballad of two great warriors of history's past.
Oh, there we go.
I'll sing you the history sometime.
God,
Ancient bard legend.
So would love
Cage.
that.
you take 7 points of psychic damage
Yikes!
Yeah.
as you attempt to play this.
This thing sucks.
The ancient legend of Cage and Jables.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
So there's no exit.
There are windows, but there's no exit.
There's just windows.
I'll look for
They're very small circular windows. You see one immediately behind the desk, probably about like 6 or so feet up in the air.
If I look out of the window, do I see anything?
Yeah. So as you look out of this window, immediately you are met with a vision of a sea of stars, nebulas in the distance.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys.
Different
window.
If you go look, same thing.
Same fuck.
All right, I tell you what, guys. If we take a rest here, I know we didn't get very far. I think if we took a rest here overnight, for sure I can get us out of here tomorrow. But I can't do anything right now. Yeah.
No levers on the wall.
Yeah, can I look around the room as
Yeah.
well? to
If you
look
guys
for
can't
a
find
way
anything
out?
else,
Go and make an
I
investigation.
have a
check.
backup.
Or can I
plan.
just can I touch the wall we came in? Can I touch that?
There's just a blank wall there now.
Does anything happen now?
Is
Okay,
it
I'll look
is it
around.
an actual
I'm
wall or
helping
is it
you.
just blackness?
It's
I'm
not
having a hard time
blackness.
imagining.
You guys just kind of like poofed into this.
These are
room.
actual wall. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
22.
22.
Yeah.
And you're looking for a way out.
Yeah, or like secret stuff.
Yeah. So,
Secret tunnel.
you look around. You look at the windows.
Yeah.
Nothing really catches your eyes, and you look up, and then you can see what, like probably about 50 or so feet in the air. There looks to be like a runic circle on the roof.
Oh boy.
That was such a good episode. Sorry.
Can
Did you
50
relay?
feet? You gonna point this out to us?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well, wouldn't you have seen it? Wouldn't you have seen it when you walked in? It's a
if it's
rune
not
circle.
currently magical, I wouldn't be able to do.
Not
Well,
currently.
also I'd have to still look at something. I don't just.
Yeah,
sense
exactly.
it, yeah.
Well, I don't know if you were like.
I would not have looked up at the room. I don't think.
well,
But
Garrett.
if my attention's drawn to it,
You said this is a small laboratory and this thing's like 50 feet in the air.
it's very tall. It's just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should have specified. Sorry.
Is there a circle on the ground underneath it?
Can I?
Nope.
Can I make out the runes that are carved into it?
Make a perception check.
Just to see it. Okay.
See if you can make out.
Because if I can see them, I can make it out. Actually.
I'm looking at it. Can I look as well?
Sure.
Cool. Oh wow, that was the
That's
insane
16?
journey.
16.
Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
It was really good, and then and then it stopped.
Okay.
So,
There seem to be these strange arcane runes. You were able to read all languages, so it's not really a question of that. Yeah, from what you can gather, it looks to be like a teleportation circle.
Figured. On the roof, though.
why? Yeah, why? Or you haven't relayed that to her.
Yeah, it's a teleportation circle. I imagine that's how we got in here.
On the roof?
Yeah. Well,
I
I
guess
think
he can fly.
I think. Well, not even that. I think technically, if we're in the circle, we don't have to be standing on it. I don't know how to use it though. I have the words. Oh.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at his family, and I'm gonna say, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna use something on him, and I'm gonna pick up my Dal Salute, and I'm gonna give you flight or fly.
Oh. Okay.
So you gain a fly speed of 60 feet.
I don't know
So
what that'll
maybe-
do for me.
Is
I
there-
guess I'll go up there and try to see.
Is there like a book, or can I just grab something mundane? I want to
Yeah.
throw it at the circle.
Go ahead and make a.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna just
Go ahead and make a attack roll.
It's a natural one.
Yeah, you throw it and it gets like a couple feet in the air and just kind of falls back down.
like.
Sorry.
I thought it was a bookcase.
Ooh, probably 10 or 15 feet tall. There's like a small, like kind of like step stool
How
next
high
to
is
it.
your jump?
Okay, so if I were to move the desk
Okay.
and move it into the middle of the room,
Okay.
and then take the bookcase
Okay.
and lean it up against the desk.
Okay.
Make like a ramp.
Yes,
Sure.
I'm making a ramp.
make a mess, but yeah, you can do it.
Yeah. So I would like to do that, and then
I mean,
I'm
I'm gonna go already be up there and just. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna touch it.
Okay. You guys
I'm worried
watch,
what's gonna happen.
You guys
but
watch
I,
as
Oh,
Karen.
did we find like a staircase up to it or something?
No, I flew up there.
Oh, God.
You watch as Karen flies up and places his hand on the circle, and then
Yeah, I
He's
was worried
gone.
about that.
Okay, well,
I'm not
I'm
sure.
gonna, I'm gonna,
I assume I'm
I'm not sure if that's good or bad.
I'm gonna climb up on my ramp.
Okay.
And then offer anyone who would like assistance to try to touch the.
how will you be offering assistance?
I'm just gonna.
We're gonna be tossing people.
I'm gonna pick them up and toss them up.
Okay.
How far is the ceiling again?
It's like 50
50.
feet up.
Well, now it's like
50?
35.
Well,
Ish.
he's standing on a desk in a bookcase, so I'd say if you're making it into like a ramp, you'd probably be about. They'd probably give you like an extra 10 or so feet, maybe,
So 40.
if that. So
You could throw a person 40 feet.
Maybe.
You could put the
Depends on how
chest
heavy they are.
sideways on top of your stack.
I mean, furbolg's kind of heavy, so.
Yeah, how big are his
Big,
relatives?
brother.
they're
You're not
very
power-
tall.
You're not powerful build anymore.
No, I
You ain't
don't.
picking us up.
Well,
he
it's
still
less.
can.
It's less. He can pick
He's
you
still
guys
can.
up.
Oh, well,
You guys are
throw.
very tall.
Yeah,
His family members probably aren't as bulky as he is, but
that's true.
You guys heard of the fastball special?
they're looking at you like, is this guy being serious or?
He's always serious.
Oh,
yes.
very charming.
He's
I am always ready to try something. Come here.
Oh Jesus!
You gonna let Vin go first?
Your uncle will just be like, "Oh, come now, let's get this over with."
They say
He just like a baby, just kind of.
Wait, what? What are like any of my Furbog family members like special?
Special how?
I don't know. Any of them like a druid? You got any like
classes or
you got any cool classes here? Could like throw us up there?
No.
They're just regular little furbolgs.
Would you know this about your family?
Yeah, my uncle's a wizard.
He begins to arcane runes.
So yeah, we're not walking.
Nintendo.
Yeah. Alright,
Why did we do this to begin with?
Trust Sentinel. He will.
Make a strength.
he'll be
make a
fine.
strength check.
I'll help him. I'm gonna get up there
Sure.
and assist.
Make it with advantage.
I'm gonna. Yeah. We'll do
Yeah,
this.
there's no
We'll do
reason
this
to
like both feet thing. Like yeah.
Fuck's modern guys.
You got to be
Some
launching
some
people.
cheerleader launching.
Oh, there it is. I'm a blind.
Some
as
really
fuck.
high cheerleader
Some
launching.
really high cheerleader launching.
So 15.
15 with advantage.
Yes, with advantage.
Shut
up, Christoph.
So it's pretty sketchy at first. Like his uncle's legs are kind of like shaking as you guys like grab, like just trying to keep himself balanced, and then like his weakened state. Just to kind of speed this up, yeah, you guys. I don't want to fucking be here for like an hour. You guys managed to thrust him upwards, and you can repeat the process for the rest of his family.
Cool.
Oh,
I mean, my
Great.
second idea was that you jump with your legs, because I'm pretty sure you can jump that high. You can just kind of like
Yeah, I
push
can.
him into
you
it.
guys get the family members out of there. Karen, you would have like poofed
Yeah, where would I came
on
out
the
at?
opposite side of the door.
Oh,
where
okay,
you guys once
good.
were.
Jeez.
You're kind of like by yourself for a minute, thinking, "Oh, should I go back?"
And a
in
bunch of
there,
fur
or-"
bogs land on top of you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You see his family come through.
Man, maybe I should go back in there.
I'm gonna say a sentinel comes out last, being able to jump and toss and whatnot. Yeah, you guys make it out of there.
Alright, cool. Sorry.
I figured-
I had a backup plan.
You could.
so-
I figured like with fly, you would have just grabbed someone and like.
I can't carry anybody.
Sure, you can.
No, I cannot.
You have an 8 strength.
I have a 9. I could
Oh
carry
God, I
Vin.
didn't know. It was that low.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I could carry Vin maybe.
You guys make it out of the
Yeah,
room.
maybe
though.
I chose the wrong person. Sorry.
All right,
It's
you
fine.
guys are out of the room. What's the plan?
Yeah, we.
The
Well,
the
let's-
window.
do we want to? Do we not want to just walk out the front door?
Do we know where the front door is?
Yeah, good point. Let's get out the window. I can still fly, I presume.
Wait.
The
I mean-
rope's still there, right?
Should cast fly on me. What are you doing?
So
I
where,
can't cast fly. He did it.
where your position is at in this room, like you're in kind of like a grand sort of atrium.
Yeah.
If you
We
just
should've
look straight
seen that's
out,
the front door,
yeah,
though,
you
right?
can like walk out of this room as you poof out. You can, well, just from being in big places before, you gather this large door, double doors in front of you,
Oh,
Is the entrance.
down the stairs to like where the two large sets of
pillars.
armor were, and then
I mean, but
Continue.
it'll lead to the courtyard.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
I'll fuck it. I'm gonna go and open the door.
All right, yeah, sure, I guess. If
All right,
you're
yeah.
confident about it.
you walk over.
30
Doors aren't locked. As you
Yeah,
open
I'm,
them,
I'm worried about an army of
there's a
hobgoblins.
there's a large gust of wind, and the door swings open. A bit of snow hitting you. Yeah, you look out into what looks to be a courtyard.
Is that whiteout still going on?
No, definitely not. He seems with the night it has came and went.
Oh, it's not. Oh,
Now
yeah,
it's-
We
no,
took a
it's-
rest.
Yeah, we took. Yeah.
More of a still. There is a light snowfall, but not whiteout conditions as they previously
A
were.
lot of snow on the ground, though, I presume.
Do I see any like people out in
Make
the
a perception check.
courtyard? That's an 8.
An 8. No, you don't see anything around. If you look down though, you can see like a lot. Well, probably with the night they would be mostly covered up by now, but like a few tracks kind of leading in. But
We've only been here for like
2 days.
2 days, right?
No, we took a short rest and a long rest.
yeah, you guys
Yeah,
been here for
okay.
a day.
So like a day.
Well, we don't know how long we were in that pocket
Is it
dimension.
bright outside?
For the conditions, it's bright. The sun is obscured by clouds, but it's a snowy day. You know, it's bright enough.
What time is it? I'm just kidding. I'm not Caleb. I don't have key. Okay, so I guess we'll start heading out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
As you step
We
out,
should find our horses.
fireball.
well, as you step out, immediately
Counterspell.
you see.
I had you.
You don't see anyone. You don't see anything, but you do see. I'd say probably about 5 carts, for like better words. Part of what could be a caravan.
Mhm.
Do I see horses? That's what I was gonna ask when you got.
You do see a few horses. I'd say you probably see like 2 for each cart. Probably about what 8, 10 horses. Then
Wait,
Yeah.
some are dead though.
I was about to say.
Well, I would look for the live ones and ask my family. I guess.
It seems left out in these whiteout conditions overnight, and like just the cold in general, most of them have succumbed to.
Oh, I thought you said there was like 3 or 4. Sorry.
Most of them. You find probably like 2 that are just like shivering, like on the cusp of death.
Man, these hobgoblins kind of take care of their animals.
You get the sense that they were after. How did I put this? Being alerted to your presence, you get the sense that they cared less about these horses and more about receding into the castle and
That's fair.
helping with their master's plans.
Shit, wait.
Oh yeah, they're probably dead.
Or are they like, are they on all these horses on the brink of death over here?
On the brink, yeah.
Okay, I'll put them out of their misery.
Okay.
Can
I mean,
use
I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna say
cure
easy
wounds
enough to
on
do.
them?
Okay.
Come again?
Can I use cure wounds on one of them to see if it works?
Sure.
Okay. Sorry, I'll have to look this up.
Are you using it at first level?
Yeah, whatever level you're using it at, it's that many D8s.
Yeah.
Okay, it's that many D8.
Plus your.
And keep
your
in mind
modifier.
that riding horses don't have a lot of HP. Just keep that in mind. Because these guys would have been taking cold damage like all night.
Plus anything?
It's plus your modifier.
Whatever your spellcasting.
6.
6? Okay, yeah. So you touch one of them and you imbue them with this healing energy. You can definitely see a noticeable change in their demeanor. Like they look less in pain. Just want to go to sleep. Go to sleep. It's cold. Definitely seem to be suffused with a bit of constitution.
Feed it some of my rations.
Okay.
Well, maybe ours are alive. Maybe.
Hey guys, got one up.
It's pretty much the same as like you guys making con saves for the cold. Like the
Yeah.
horses would have had to do the same.
Throughout the night.
Yeah. So
I
because they don't really have a lot of ways to keep themselves warm like you guys do. Can't exactly make fire.
They have fur. Yeah, I'm gonna start healing the rest of them.
Sure.
Okay.
Like,
I'll put them out of
we-
their misery if we're gonna heal them.
Yeah, no.
It's just
There's only like 2.
We
of
need
them.
transportation, and I feel bad for these people.
Vin,
so-
Vin hills
There's
them up,
only 2 of
and
them. I'm
Agaricus just
healing
stabs
one.
it.
Yeah, and he's over there just like. Shh.
No.
And then we just kind of like look at each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yeah. You managed to get 2 horses good to go.
2?
Attached to one of the carts.
So
yeah.
his and then mine, or do I get 2 more?
I'll say yes because Klaus said he was gonna kill one. So
All right, so you're gonna make it's too late. You guys
sure,
take one
yeah.
out. Okay,
I'm sure that's
Alright,
not that.
sure.
I'm gonna offer the horse I healed to one of his family members.
Okay. It's worth noting that there are also like I said, there are carts as well.
Yeah, we could just
Yeah.
If we can get 2 horses,
Also, we have 2 horses. We could use a cart theoretically.
Theoretically,
Yeah.
if you wish to do so.
Let's try it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and say just make a general animal handling check. One of you or advantage, both the 2 doesn't matter.
Go for
That's
it,
for a
Mr.
bowl.
boy.
I would say you guys will get advantages anyways, just because of all the furbolgs in this party.
Oh my god.
That's a 6.
6.
2, 3.
It takes a lot
2
of.
3s.
Surprisingly, it takes a lot of time. Even though Klaus can communicate with
They're
animals.
weak.
They're
They're
very
tired.
weak.
Yeah, they're angsty and
Hmm.
just they're hard to work with. It takes probably about 30 minutes before Klaus finally gets them to calm down. You get them hooked up, bridle and whatnot.
All right.
In this cart, there's currently 7 of you, 4 plus the 3.
I'm not in the cart.
I'll just be like,
Sure, yeah, 6 are on the cart then.
yeah, mother, father, uncle,
Okay.
Can 6
please
fit?
sit in the cart.
Can 6 fit?
Yeah, it's easy enough to do.
Oh, okay.
Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
There's a seat up front for like 2 of you, and then in the back could probably hold like 6 people easily.
We should still get our horses.
We should go try to find them if we can.
If we can find them, for sure.
I don't remember if we tied them off or
I
not.
thought I told them to like run.
Yeah, I
Back.
thought you did.
Yeah, I think I told them to go away so they didn't freeze to death.
I think,
Oh,
I think we
okay.
thought of that.
Yeah,
Or you thought of
I
that.
think I said that to them.
You said something along those
Yeah,
lines.
something like that.
I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, I don't think I was like, please stand here in the cold while we do.
Anyway,
What you do? You guys heading out?
yeah.
Who's
I will revert to Fjord.
your?
Yeah.
I'll yee.
Yeah.
I'll yee.
Alright,
I'll yee.
All right, cool. Yeah, so you guys You came here with a mission and a reason, and now you are leaving this place behind you as you make your way through the front gate.
No trouble on the way out?
There's no one here?
That bothers me.
We killed.
Whoa, we killed them
a
all
lot
inside.
of them.
There was barely any, though.
Yeah, we killed like three. Three of the.
Well, if you remember,
It was one caravan.
if you remember,
Yes.
in the room you guys were in,
Oh,
there was
There were a bunch of dead bodies, yeah.
corpses of hobgoblin warriors and whatnot.
Man, he really did go on a rampage, I guess.
So, yeah, but you guys have no trouble leaving. You leave you leave Razorwind Keep behind you as you make your way back south. I assume towards Deepstorm.
Yes.
We have no way to prove that we did anything. Except we have furbolgs.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should be fine, right? Yeah, let's just go.
Okay, yeah. You make your way south. Why don't we take a little break there?
Sure.
What you want us to do? Grab his fucking head?
We could have if it wasn't.
I can still go back and fucking get it.
It's disintegrating.
Yeah, he's disintegrating, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Shot lightning through it. I forgot.
Yeah,
Sorry
it's
about
pretty good.
that.
No, it's good.
Go grab his hand.
No, it's too late. We're good. We're fine. It's all good.
Stream. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, we'll be
Oh,
back.
yeah.
We'll be back. And Alex, thank you for your sub.
And thank you for the sub.
Alex?
Oh.
please.
Stream.
We're back.
YouTube, we're back.
Stream.
Hello, everybody.
Stream.
Street.
Okay. So, I'm going to expedite the travel back to Deepstorm.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything you guys in particular wish to accomplish on your way back?
I'll let
Go
you.
ahead.
Okay. I want to identify the magical items I got.
Okay.
And I imagine we're having enough rest to do that.
Easy.
I do want to put 5th level cure wounds in my ring while we're traveling.
Easy enough to do.
Okay. Come back to me. Let's see if anybody else has anything else. That's the things I for sure want to do.
I would like to look at my uncle,
Okay.
and I would like to say,
Look at that.
Uncle, you said you knew what Venhir was. Could you perhaps elaborate on that for him?
Oh, yes, well. Back when I was growing up, I'll get back to you, Karen. Back when I was growing up,
Well, I'll figure out.
in the tribe, many myths and legends, one of them being the shape changers, you changelings. How they came about to be, it is a little myth and legend that there was a being who damn it, I had it written down and I forgot what it was. I don't remember what's that. There was a being who feared for the lives of all of her children, so she prayed and prayed for protection for them, and a lone traveler came and told them that as long as she were to worship him and pray to him, that he would make sure that no one would ever be able to find her children and do them any harm, and allowing them to change shape on a whim. Very vague and not very descriptive myth, but we have heard of your kind. They are always fleeting. Most never settle down. You told me your mother was human, so that means your father must have been one of you.
I don't know. Never met the men myself.
It's very interesting meeting one of you in person. I never thought I would ever see one of you, especially where I come from, living in the forest. Have any of you been to the Forest of Life besides Agaricuses?
No, from the swamps down south.
I don't think I would have.
I would have maybe
I might have.
probably passed by.
I wouldn't
at
have
least.
been there a long time.
Very well. Maybe in the future, once your business is concluded, if you ever need a place to stay. I don't know if Agaricuses would. I doubt he would have any problems, but you would always be welcome in our tribe if you ever needed anything. It's a great debt I believe we all owe you for saving us.
I really appreciate that. And we appreciate you.
Thank you very much. I mean, as the days go by, like your family members become ever increasingly healthier back to their original form. It seems they just needed a few long rests in order to be themselves again. You say you do identify the magical objects, right?
How many days do you think this will take? How much time do I have to work?
It took you guys a little over a week to get up here.
So plenty of time to identify these items.
Definitely.
Okay, good.
I'm also going to give you this too.
Oh, you can pass it over. What is this?
From the power.
Oh, thank you, friend.
I figured you have less spell slots, so you could use it than I can.
Oh, thank you.
Well, the first one that you look at the tome and you cast the identify spell. And it is a manual of bodily health.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, I'll just hand it to you.
Yeah.
Because you're the one identifying. The next one is the small little prism. It is an iron stone of protection.
Gotcha. Figured it'd be iron stone.
And finally, last but not least, is what you can gather to be one of these instruments of the bards. It is the Klee lyre.
Just pass it over to him. It's gonna be all him. I'll figure out what to do with these in a moment.
Wait, what was that tome that we got?
A tome of bodily
yeah,
health.
it's gonna be for
Dude,
you
this is
for sure.
beautiful.
Probably increased or something when you read it.
Instrument of the bard is an exquisite example of its kind of spirit. Ordinary instruments in every way. 7 types of these instruments exist, each named after a legendary bard or creature that attempts to play the instrument without being attuned to it must succeed a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or take 2d4 psychic damage. You can use an action to play the instrument and cast one of its spells. Once the instrument has been used to cast a spell, it can't be used to cast that spell again until the next dawn. Spells use the spellcasting ability. The available spells are fly, invisibility, levitate, protection from good and evil, stone shape, wall of fire, and wind wall. When you use the instrument to cast a spell that causes targets to become charmed on a failed saving throw, the targets have a disadvantage on the saving throw. This effect applies whether you're using the instrument as a source of focus or as a spellcasting focus.
All right.
That's fucking cool.
Anyway, so.
Oh, sorry.
Don't apologize. So you guys, you make your way south through the snow. You try and you follow the road from what you can gather, even though it's covered in snow. Back, no problems, and you make your way eventually to Razorwind Passage, a familiar, almost barrack-like place, a little outpost in the middle of this mountain range. Is there any business you wish to conclude or do there while you're passing through?
Through where? Sorry, exactly.
Razorwind Passage.
We didn't have to do anything back here, did we?
Just as you're passing through.
Did they want us to return their horses? I don't remember.
They're dead.
Oh, well, maybe we shouldn't return back then. I think we got those horses from Deepstorm.
No, we got some from Razorwind Passage.
I think we paid for
you
them.
bought them.
We told them to go back.
Yeah.
No, we got a horse from Razorwind Passage.
A horse?
Oh yeah, the horses. Do I see the horses?
Yeah, that's
Vin's
important.
horse got wrecked by those
Oh yeah.
By those things,
insects.
onk
I don't know
eggs.
what they were.
You don't see any of your horses. Alright, if there's no business, then you guys can continue your travel. A few days pass. You're back kind of now in the less frigid region of Eralia. You no longer really require your winter clothing. As you make your way out of the passage, every so often as you're traveling, you can hear the thunderous boom of wings. What you guys gathered to be this large creature flying around up top. You guys, within a few days' travel, you make your way back to Deepstorm. You can see it on the horizon, the large capital city of Eralia. As you get closer, as you're traveling the road, you see scattered farmland and farms, people working the fields during the day. You eventually make your way to one of them. I believe it'd be the Eastern Gate. And as you approach, the guards see you coming in the distance, and they stand out and they wait and they see you and they halt.
Mm-hmm.
What business you have here in Deepstorm?
We just present our patch, right?
Deepstorm patch.
Oh,
Deepstorm Troopers patch.
sorry. Our apologies. And they let you in, and you're back in Deepstorm.
Yay.
It's alright. They'll recognize us soon enough.
Yeah, pretty soon.
Shall we head to the council? Is it a council in Deepstorm?
Yeah.
The council, right?
The Elder Council?
Elder
Yeah.
Council.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, your uncle will speak up and say, "Where is Ruby?"
She should be at
At the inn.
The rugged traveler.
Rugged
Yeah,
Traveler.
Rugged Traveler.
Yeah, I'll lead them there first, I guess.
Okay.
My spells are in
We'll
order.
meet you up there.
Alright, now this stuff.
Alright, so yeah. Easy enough to do. You lead your family to the Rugged Traveler, and you see the familiar face of, Yes.
If I would have given you this book at the beginning of the travel, would you have read it over the time that we got here?
I don't know what it is.
I mean, I would tell you what it does, so let me read back to that.
Oh, speaking of reading, I was going to also be reading the research notes on downtime.
Yes. Of course.
And I will be working on a new song in my downtime as well.
Of course.
I mean,
Yeah.
I understand if you want this item, but it would definitely.
It's good for everybody,
It
but
would save me from having to use something at next level.
Are you guys gonna say what it does, or?
Go ahead.
Alright.
You guys
Although-
want-
I mean, I would tell everybody in character how it works. It makes you. It's a very powerful magical item, but only one of us can use it once. And I think it'd be most beneficial for our friend Sentinel here. I don't know if these dietary tips really work for
Yeah, how does that work?
It's the dietary and wellness tips in general.
It's more, yeah.
It does say the words are like charged with magic. So
It's
Yeah,
more.
as you
yeah.
investigate it, you would see like not only does the tome itself emanate this magical aura, but like literally the words themselves seem to like seep magic.
So does it?
this increases my constitution by 2, along with a maximum. The maximum of the score increase.
So it can go
Oh,
over
so you go
20.
up to
Yeah.
22.
That's what it's saying. It can go over 20.
So wait, should you keep that for when you hit 20 and then use it,
Well, the cap's still
or does the cap still go up?
it's like a permanent cap.
It's a permanent cap. Okay.
What do you mean permanent cap?
So like
Okay.
if you do it and you have 18 and you only go up to 20,
Yeah,
would it
increases
still
by
cap
2.
up to 22?
No.
Oh no.
No. If you're at 20, it'll go over 20.
Okay, I think I should hold on to
There
this.
are
Yeah,
some very
so-
powerful items that you let you go over 20.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I should just hold on to this for now.
Yeah, so hold on to
It's
it
gonna be
and then-
risky holding on to something like that. Just want to throw that out there. It's still a physical item that could.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. I'm gonna bestow it upon you, my friend.
I'll just put it
We
on
could
my
always
backpack.
try and put it in the bank.
We have a
Mm.
bag of holding.
Yeah, back all that.
No. Don't put it in the bag of holding. If I'm giving you that, I'm doing it with the intention you're going to read it right now. Like over the course of the trip.
Okay, you know what? I will read it
Okay.
right now.
Alright.
And 6
I
days.
know you could go over 20, but I'm telling you guys, you don't just hold on to magical items like that. Like, it's dangerous to hold on to magical items.
Do what you want to do, son.
It's up to you.
Sentinel will read.
We are a party. I will let the party decide how they want to do it.
To be fair, it's his item.
I'll read it right
We
now.
should-
I
decide-
identified it. Hold up. I mean,
But if we agree that he's the one using it,
yeah.
it should be his choice.
I'll do it right now. I'll
It's a no.
Sentinel
he's
will
right.
trust your word, Karen.
Okay.
I also trust your word.
Yeah, I
That's a fair argument.
think
We
it
could
is
have.
risky. How many items are we attuned to, by the way, right now, everybody?
Just one.
How many can you have? 3?
I have the DOS loot.
You can have up to 3 attuned items, yes.
Up to 3 attuned items. I don't. I lost one. I don't have it anymore. Peephole ring because I don't need it.
This is an
Yeah,
attunement.
you could have become unattuned to it if you wish.
This is
Yeah.
an attunement item.
Which
Yeah.
one?
The peephole ring.
I did have the Pearl of Power, but I give that to you. That's right. I think I've just had one.
Maybe. Did I
Just
write
one
attunement? If I
myself.
didn't write attunement on there, then
It doesn't have it on here.
I would say no then.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember specifically when I
Yeah,
asked.
that wouldn't really
That'd be
be.
kind of a dumb.
Yeah, that
attunement.
wouldn't really be powerful
Yeah.
enough to be.
Be like a
considered
wasted.
attunement.
Yeah.
Oh, well, technically I have 2 now because I have my lyre and my loot. But nothing else I have requires attunement.
So you do relieve your family unless you
Cool.
wish to do anything else.
I'll tell them to wait. Wait here. I must attend with the group to the council and tell them what has happened. Then
Where
I
you-
will return for you.
Where are you leaving them at?
The end with
Oh.
leading to Ruby, and then
Gotcha,
be like, "Hey,
okay.
stay here. I want to go with them."
It's a joyous reunion. Like as you bleed them up to the room, like I believe his name was Arendar, like the half elf owner of this rugged traveler, and he will point you in the direction of the room that she's been staying in, paid for by the guard. And like as you enter the room, she says, "Klaus."
Ruby.
In tow, you have the rest of your family. She says, like her face, like her mouth drops and runs to hug all of you. It's a very, like I said, a joyous reunion.
Can I read that? I'm curious.
Yeah, I want to give it to you too if you're able to be attuned to another item.
I still have 2 slots.
Yeah, take it.
And yeah, you eventually meet up with the rest of your party at well, I guess with the Elder Council of Eralia.
Okay.
So you wait a time for Klaus to return, Agaricuses, and then you are led to the meeting room, so to speak. You are familiar with by now, and there before you lies the Elder Council. What were you gonna say?
Sorry, can I do something while we're waiting on him?
Sure.
Okay, so while we were traveling, I traded one of my third
Oh,
level
maybe
spells
I
for
should.
sending.
Okay, awesome. Of course.
I would like to send a message directly to
Maybe
fuck, I
I
can't
should.
believe I
Doran.
forgot his name.
Because if you're in melee
Yeah.
combat, somebody really might
Go
just.
ahead.
They would have to roll pretty high to take it.
Yeah.
Can you hear me with this spell?
Would he have known the Fjord persona?
No, so I guess I'll change back and then. No, I'm just gonna fucking do it. I'm fuel right now. I'm just like, can you hear me with this spell?
I can hear somebody. Who is this?
It's just your best friend. It's Sven. But for right now, I'm Fjord. I'll be coming soon, possibly. But at least we can communicate now. I can do this
Maybe
a
I
few
should
times a
keep-
day. But only a
My
few
AC's already
words.
pretty high.
Is that 25
But I do
words?
think-
I hope I'll
Okay.
see you soon.
It'd be pretty funny.
I think that was
Floating around.
20.
Okay, I wasn't.
22. I kind of lost count like halfway through though. Not gonna lie.
Glenn, it's great to hear from you. I am glad to hear that you are doing well. I will await your return. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And eventually Agaricuses will meet up with you.
Please too.
And you are led to the chamber. There before you is the familiar faces, Zet, Vorkax, the Elder Council. Before you, Zet will speak up, the supposed leader of this Elder Council. I'll get my notes ready. Yeah, Zet will speak up and said, my friends, the Deepstorm Troopers, you guys have arrived, hopefully with good news, I imagine. Looking to all of you.
Well, you found the rest of my family.
Wonderful. I'm very happy to hear that.
Somewhat, or supposedly, we have disposed of Malachi. As well.
Supposedly?
His corpse was disintegrated,
Well, if you remember correctly, his head was disintegrated.
or his head was disintegrated. But we fear there is a bigger thing at play here.
Please explain. I should have mentioned, you said you were looking at the research notes. I should probably rewind it a bit as you were traveling. Research notes, and you did find what seemed to be a journal. So, if you start with the journal and you just read through it, starts, you learn a bit about this Malachi. Supposedly, he writes of his travels throughout the land and even beyond Eralia. Choosing this to be his station of sorts, that is to say, Razorwind Keep, because of its relative seclusion to the rest of the country. He talks of sacrifices he has made in order to gain the favor of this elder god, Maglubiet, sacrificing even his own family members. It seems that this power he has to transform himself and have these innate magical abilities was not how he started out as a person. They were boons gifted to him by this Maglubiet. Most recent is dabbling in, and when you go more to the research notes, it speaks of his dabbling in this blood magic, this dark, forbidden form of magic, favored by one such as Maglubiet, able to, with magic suffusion, change your body, change those around you, bend them to your will. From the most recent ones, you gather that he was finding, from his experiments and his tests, he discovered that for some reason the blood of furbolgs, these magical forest people, seemed to enhance and amplify not only his abilities, but he had come up with an experiment to possibly open a portal to Acheron using their blood. But it seems with just the three of them, he did not have enough. So you gather that you started to disrupt his plans at a bad time, and it put him in a tough spot. It seems that when you guys had walked in on him, it seemed that was his last attempt to. This is what you gather, that was possibly his last attempt to try and open this portal with your corpse. Gotcha. That's what you can gather, at least.
Damn
So we
warlock.
fucked him up.
But yeah, I should have said that earlier. Now, back to the present, which is Zet. So tell me what you know. Tell me what you guys found out.
I'll reach in my pack and like take the books out on Glubiot and hand them to him.
Oh,
I found these on a bookshelf in this guy's laboratory.
laboratory, interesting.
Here's some research notes, and here's his journal.
As he walks around the room in his centaur body.
Also,
That's
his
what it
ghost
is.
tried to grab my sword. I don't know if that should be a problem.
His
What?
spirit?
I have no idea. Just after he was dead, his arm came out of the corpse and tried to grab at my sword.
That's
What
very
was this?
interesting.
Y'all saw it, didn't you?
Yeah, we
Y'all
saw
it.
it.
Oh, I thought you said
You would have saw it
nobody
for a
else
split second
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
before
Okay.
his sword seemingly.
My sword said, "Fuck
No.
this," and took it away.
Of course, as swords do.
Well, that one guy here has inspected talked about your sword, right? The one
Which
guy.
one was it?
I can't remember his
Vorkax.
name.
Vorkax.
Yeah, Vorkax, the Dragonborn.
Well, I will make sure I will research these notes and
I'll give him the gist of like what.
yeah, of course,
What
you
you
guys can. I'll say you guys, for the sake of expediency, you relay all the information you found and your experiences there, and Zet will speak up, and, along with Vorkax, and Vorkax will say, it seems he was using that damned forbidden magic to
Damn, it's forbidden.
try and open this portal. It seems. Hopefully, with this threat will be quelled. Who knows? Kind of jealous. You got to use that forbidden magic, and then Zet will like say, "Vorkax, it's forbidden for a reason." Yes, of course. But he can still. You can
Can I roll
see
an
stuff.
insight on that?
Sure. 6. Yeah, he said what he said. Doesn't seem to be any ulterior motive behind it. But yeah, he says, I'll also say if you wish to, you probably could have counted out all the gold and coin you guys got, now that I'm thinking about
Sure.
it. In that chest, there would have been about 100 platinum, probably 200 gold pieces, and an assortment of fine jewels. From what you guys can gather, probably about 100 gold's worth of just fine jewels. And Zet will speak up once more and say, Deepstorm Troopers, you believe you all have done once again a great service for this country. I know not how to thank you, so with that being said, all of you, if there's anything in my power that I can help you accomplish or do for you, whether it be a physical reward, a favor, so to speak.
Sentinel would like the finest plate mail that Deepstorm has to offer.
There you go.
Simple enough, we can do that. Is there anything else I can do for you? If not, then consider it a favor, whether it be gold, armor.
Suppose they'll just take a favor for now.
Fair enough. What about you, Karen Kind? Favor?
Karen has all he needs through his patron.
Law of surprise.
Oh, shit.
No, I guess. I guess a favor would be best. I can't really think of anything I need right now.
Of course. No rush. Mr. Klaus Agaricus.
I found everything I need on our travels.
I'm happy to hear that you've been reunited with your family.
Actually, I have a question.
Ask away.
You wouldn't happen to have any items that could teleport you back and forth with some quite ease, because getting around these parts can be quite hassle-some sometimes.
Well, that would be a conversation to have with Mr. Borkax over here. He's more on the he's more of the purloiner of these magical items. You could talk with him later, perhaps, and work something out.
All right, sounds good.
Well, for now, I guess I believe a coin reward would be still necessary for, even though it may not add up to the deeds you have accomplished. It's the least that we can do. Men, he'll yell out, and they'll nod their heads, and they'll run away for a moment and come back with another small chest filled with coin. You guys can distribute that later. For the sake of expediency, once more, it's about 2,000 gold in the chest for all of you to split up, or not. It's up to you guys.
So you see that one?
Yeah. If there's, remember those favors. If we need you, then we will call upon you once more. Thank you for everything you've done for this city and this country.
You ever need us?
God bless Eralia.
You know to call.
Arcadia.
Arcadia bless.
Eralia.
Arcadia bless Eralia.
All right. What do you guys do? Just gonna leave? I guess you'll talk to Vorkax.
Yeah, we gotta talk to Vorkax.
I'm gonna go talk to Vorkax.
All right. So what do you say? We'll say you approach him and he's in his office, like, later on.
Oh, okay.
Please come in. Please.
I don't know if you heard me or not, but I'm looking for some item that might be able to transport us with teleportation back and forth to longer range areas. It's hard to reach.
I'm not gonna roll for it. Items. No, I don't exactly have any items of teleportation. I have the resources. I could make you possibly, maybe, you are, I've seen your instruments. You are a bard, yes?
Indeed, I am.
So in the future, perhaps, when you get more into your powers and your abilities, he's like, starts less talking to you, more mumbling to himself, thinking, perhaps at this moment, what the least I could do is make you, let me think, a couple of scrolls of teleportation. Unfortunately, I do not have any items imbued with this power already, but I do know the ability to teleport. I could write it on a few scrolls for you, and unfortunately, they would be one-use items, but...
Of course. Do you know if such items exist in this world?
Oh, I would not doubt it in the least. Magic is a very funny thing. It's capable of many different things. It would not surprise me at all if there were magic and a magic item capable of doing such a thing. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
That's fair.
That Minotaur guy I probably know, if anybody. What is his name?
Jolus?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he could be a guy to ask. He has more connections than I do. I usually...
More connections than you?
Oh, yes, I keep to myself most of the time.
Oh, okay.
I am unbothered by the hubbub of the city and talking to other people. Maybe Jolus.
Seems pretty suspicious, especially when you're already dabbling in forbidden magic, huh?
Who, me? Oh, I would. Don't get the wrong impression. I mean.
Oh, so you're not?
No, never. It's forbidden for a reason. Forbidden magic such as those.
But is it though?
Yes, please don't. If you have the idea, don't. I mean, from what you told me, you talked about this Malachi character. Although this forbidden magic holds many mysteries and powers, for one such as myself, who I love researching magic. It's very dangerous. I mean, you all saw how it twisted and
do you think it's
sculpted this Malachi character. I would hate for that to happen to any of you.
Chiseled as fuck.
I would not wish that upon myself. The pursuit of sometimes in the pursuit of power, one can lose themselves. I wish that not for myself. I wish to remain clear-headed and myself, Vorkax.
That's fair.
Please, I wish the same for you. Do not.
I will not make that mistake either. You're right.
Please do not. I don't think it's worth it, especially for. I'm not one for gods and. Sorry, Karen, and the faith, but there are dangerous ones out there, and this Maglubiot seems to be one.
Sentinel is confused.
Your sword is your god now.
It is not. My sword is my trusted friend. His name is Guardian.
Seems like the same thing as Caddy.
Give me a couple days
Hold
and I
up.
can have those scrolls ready for you. I'll need the materials and the time, but I'll have them
sounds
ready for you
good.
in a couple days.
I appreciate that.
Of course. The least we can do for what you've done for the city. Right, what other business do you guys wish to... While we're here in Deepstorm, you guys have a little downtime, I assume, before you head out.
There's a
I'm
lot
gonna
we
go
can
pick
do.
up my dagger.
I'm gonna like.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna gather a group.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I'm
You guys
gonna-
make your way back to the Rugged Traveler Inn to meet up with the rest of Agaricuses' family.
The uncle meets his daughter.
Yes, joyful
Very warm.
reunion this, and yeah, you guys are there. You guys are kind of gathered. At this point, you guys have gathered at a table. We'll say it's evening, so there's not a whole lot of people. Most people are probably finishing up the business of the day, probably already getting ready for bed. And you guys are all here gathered around one of these large tables. Candlelight and torchlight illuminates. You have drinks and food. You guys have been catching up, talking, and here you are. You all are gathered.
I'll start with Sentinel. Sentinel. And this is where, at the group, this is where we will part ways.
I'm gonna stand up and pick Aggie up and hug him. How much do you weigh?
Who's taking you away?
3, something like 270 or something.
Okay,
280.
that's more than within my power.
Nice. Okay, I'll hug you as well.
I'm picking
That's
you up
it.
off the ground and I'm just
Okay.
gonna shake you.
That's right.
Sentinel will miss you, Aggie.
I will
Please
miss,
be safe.
I will miss you as well, Sentinel.
I'm gonna jump on top of Sentinel's back and hug both of them.
You have
I'm gonna
all-
miss you too. I'm gonna miss you a lot,
I will
man.
miss all of you. It's been quite the journey. And I cannot express how grateful I am to each one of you for helping me get my family back.
Anytime that I'm ever bark, it's gonna be like a little piece of me with a little piece of you.
That is weird, but yet on brand.
I guess I'll give him a hug too,
Hmm.
and I'll slip a prayer card in his back pocket.
I imagine he's still holding him up, so you just like
Go
put your
ahead.
head against his butt. And
Go ahead and
you're
make a
like,
sleight of hand check. And
Yeah,
you make
sure.
a perception check.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I'm just gonna let him do it.
Yeah.
Even if he does catch me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Aggie is a dummy. Thing.
but I got an 8, so he probably caught me.
You definitely notice it, but you let it happen.
Yes. I can escort my family back to the forest. We will be fine. I encourage all of you to continue your journey. I think there's a lot that awaits you.
I think I know where we're gonna be going next.
And if any of you ever need assistance, please, you know where to find us. I especially, and the rest of us here will happily help you on anything you need.
Yes, of course.
Please just stop by.
Make sure to
It's
tell
a
the
big
cat
forest.
we said hey.
Yeah.
Make sure to tell the cat we said hey.
Oh, well,
Yeah, you still didn't have you had no idea who that cat was, right?
I planned
He did say he was a guardian of the forest,
Yeah.
right?
I thought he specifically said he had no, like, when you asked him, he was like, yeah, no, you have no idea what this one is.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Tell him to stay away from fish. Strange fish.
There's quite a big forest, so I'm sure there are more than one things I haven't run into.
All right.
Oh, man.
But I'll hug all of them.
Yeah. One more good hug. No sleight of hand this time.
Yeah.
So you unless there's you would have been able to get your dagger, Kristoff, your +1 dagger, your flute dagger. Sentinel. You would some of the guards would have gotten in touch with you, ask you if there's any specifications for your heavy armor, your plate mail.
I would like it to be like dark metal with gold inlays, and then I want the symbol of Arcadia painted across the chest plate.
Can we get it engraved?
It's up to you.
Yeah. Engraved across the chest.
They let you know it'll be a couple days, but they'll be able to get that to you.
Fuck yeah.
You take your long rest for the night. You awaken in the morning.
Would I have time to use this? It's
I figured you were doing
48 hours.
Well, I
over
would
this
have given
next
it to
6
you
days.
at the
Yeah,
castle.
you would
Like I gave it to you with the understanding you would have read it as we were traveling down.
So yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Just hold on to it though. Don't give it up.
No, I won't, because
Okay.
it does say it recharges.
In a century.
Sure, yeah.
I think I'll live that long.
You awaken, Klaus, Agaricuses. You gather your family.
Yep.
You all say your final goodbyes. And with that, this long journey to rescue Klaus's family comes to an end. Agaricuses leaves the party.
He's gone.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye bye.
Man.
The three of you are left to your devices.
Oh wait, are you taking the axe with you?
I was about to like.
You probably should.
I'm still here.
That's something you should take to remember the
Hey.
adventure by. Like yeah, like for real.
Well,
Who else?
before I leave, I'm gonna say where I am going. Do not need most things that I have with me. If any of you would like this axe, you may take it.
No, I refuse to take the axe. It's up to you guys.
I'll
I ain't
take it.
taking
Sentinel will take it to remember his dear friend.
I do not need a axe of teleportation to kill animals for food.
I just imagine him teleporting around the forest with it.
It's like taking out deer.
Awesome.
Okay.
Can you imagine the legends that would spring forth of the furbolg that teleports around and hunts?
Also, Karen, you gave me this peephole ring earlier.
No, you're keeping that, sir.
I have no need for this in the forest. So then, I will
Yeah.
give this to you. And I will distribute the rest of this gold amongst you as well.
I don't know if you'll ever need this or not, but in case you ever need something, here's a bottle of breath.
Yeah.
I acquired it in case we went across the bridge long ago, but there'll always be a time that we cross the river instead.
Sure.
So something in memory.
The mighty river.
The mighty river.
If I had my folder, I'd pull it out, but I'll pull out my pipe. I'll say I have this to remember you by.
It's been so long I even forgot about that.
Mm,
It's been a good journey.
indeed. And then, yeah, I guess I'll take my family and depart.
Before that happens, I don't remember I have this written down. Does anybody know the name of that cat?
Roland.
Roland, the tabby cat. I found it. Alright. Because I seen Ryland earlier and I was like, that's close. That's not it. So can we ask about that from the dad?
Sure.
Daddy Aggie?
I've never heard of a Roland before.
Son of a bitch. Whoop. Wait, the uncle. Uncle was the
Uncle
one who
seems to
knew
be
about
knowledgeable.
I've never heard of a
Son of a
Roland.
bitch. The mud. I've never heard of a Roland.
Yeah, pretty much. They don't know this Roland. They've never heard of a talking cat who's supposed to be a guardian.
I don't know. I feel like this roll and pull was pulling our leg.
Maybe.
Spirits work in mysterious ways.
Yeah, they do.
I was so curious about the cat. I'm sorry.
I'll not find out about him.
Okay. So you leave. Agaricuses leaves the party. You three, if there's anything else you wish to accomplish over the next couple of days,
Man, I'm trying to think.
you get your plate armor. Vorkax gets you 3 scrolls of teleportation. Then,
3
yes.
scrolls of teleportation.
And I assume we can kind of fast forward a bit. You guys have a bit of downtime to relax, train, practice, shop, whatever you guys need to do.
Just I'll
Spread the good word.
spend an hour to take off this chainmail that I have, and spend an hour.
I'm gonna be
Integrating.
walking around with this stone that's floating around me now, so maybe I can be more effective at spreading the good word. People see that magical shit.
Yeah, so you guys would have seen, I don't know if you would have done it in front of them, but
Oh yeah.
you would have thrown this small prism into the air as it
What are you rolling there, sir?
it floats 2 feet
Oh
away
right.
from your head. So
Well, it's supposed to be a D3, so you roll like a D6.
it's a D. I think a D3 is just a D4 minus 1.
Oh, you can do it that way too. I usually do a D6 divided by 2.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
I'll just do it that way.
Either way.
As he throws it into the air, you can see it starts to rotate and orbit his head at around 2 feet. Okay.
That's neat.
Yeah. We'll say we can pick up the day before you guys travel to
Hey,
wherever it is you're going.
how much gold did we find? Like,
100
in
platinum,
In the chest.
100 platinum, 200 GP, and 100 GP of fine.
You guys have quite a hefty amount of coin.
I definitely would like to
Platinum.
visit our
What?
Minotaur friend before we leave.
Understood.
For whatever
Oh,
we're
yeah.
trying to do.
Sentinel would assume we are going down to the swamps.
We're gonna be helping out our friend Ben here, I think, right?
Oh, you guys want to go see Doran with me?
You said
Well,
you
unless
would,
you wish to go alone.
you said you would be there post haste, and I would not mind escorting you. I would love to meet Doran.
I as well would love the help and the assistance.
Yeah.
So, sure. Sounds fine to me.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to use one of these scrolls?
Oh, can we just teleport down there?
Maybe we should save the scrolls.
Got it memorized.
If
save the
they're
scrolls.
yours, it's up to you.
Yeah, we'll save it. That's fine.
Stream. Aggie didn't die.
He didn't die.
He didn't die.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
It's not not over
Right.
just yet.
I'm out.
So what we're gonna do is we'll pick up next session
Darks.
just right before you guys travel.
Still here.
Yeah, because we are gonna visit. What's his name?
But for now, we're gonna do this the night. We're gonna do it the night before. So you all take your long rest, Karen. I assume you guys are just staying at the Rugged Traveler or something.
Yeah.
You guys take your long rest, Karen. As you fall into your slumber, you are met with a dark sleep, and then a dream begins to take root in your mind. Unlike the familiar sense and warmth of your patron, you find yourself suspended in a dark abyss. You can't exactly point it out, but you just get this overwhelming feeling that something is watching you. But you can't see. It's the feeling you get when you feel eyes on you. The hair on the back of your neck prickles. And you're just suspended in this endless abyss.
I literally had this nightmare 2 days ago. Just saying.
Before you're within a split second, you hear a large voice from all around. You cannot point out exactly where it is. So I found you finally.
I'm gonna start praying to Arcadia as hard as I can.
As that sentence ends, you wake up in a cold sweat, panting. You immediately look around. You're in your room. The sense of reality begins to come back to you, but you have this cold feeling inside of you. And with that, we'll meet back up next week.
Shit.
Cool. Stream. That was great.
Yeah.
We'll
Good
see
time.
you guys.
Who's
Fantastic
looking
session.
We'll see you guys Monday.
Happy ending to Aggie, dude.
Yeah, I'm glad it was a happy ending.
Yeah, Aggie didn't die, and his family's actually alive, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, PJ's not a complete dick. Righteous.
Jokes on you that they die on the way.
Yeah, they die on the way there, yeah.
They get kidnapped again.
Story that ends happily is this one that's not over yet.
Yeah. Oh, God. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll be back Monday for a Ravnica campaign. at 11 a.m. as well. And we hope to
Oh,
see
I
you
have
guys.
more healing light too, by the way. I think.
Sweet.
And yes.
We'll see you guys.
Thank you
next
for tuning
time.
in.
We love you. Love each other.
Bye, everybody.
Spread the love.